Hi, this is Charlie Mato-Toyela from Blueberry Flutes. Today I have with me my youngest son, Makani, here to help demonstrate something that a lot of people ask questions about. Many times people ask me, what is the best flute for someone with small hands? Or what is the best flute for, like, my child if I buy them a flute? And really, with our musical instruments, we try to make it the sky's the limit. I wouldn't recommend like a really super low tone flute for a kid, but honestly, most of the flutes that we offer for sale are perfect. So first, you can see the size of our hands here. I actually have medium-sized hands for a guy, and Makani has relatively small hands. And really, he plays the piano a lot, so he's got some dexterity, but his fingers, you can tell, are substantially shorter than mine. I'm going to start off with our small high D flute. The high D flute is a perfect flute for people that are going hiking or backpacking, and he'll show you how it sounds. Okay, it's a good sounding flute, and for anybody that needs a high D, for whatever your reason, if you're just playing Irish or even Chinese music, because of course the dizi is a comparable flute, those of you who are interested in world instruments. But if you're playing some of that kind of music, you'll be surprised what you can play on a Native American flute in high D. Here is a C flute, which is the next lower note. And that's a good flute to play for anyone, really. One of my favorite flutes, I think, is probably our B flute. The high B flute is, in so many ways, for me, a perfect flute because it's very close to the original tone of most of the old school flutes that were built, hundreds and even thousands of years ago. And the size of it's very convenient, and I really just like the sound of it. I don't know why. It's one of my favorites to play. With the fingerings close together like they are, this is a perfect instrument for really anybody to learn on. And of course, that's our high tone flutes. That's the smaller guys here. And in the middle we have our medium tone, mid-tone flutes. This is A flute, and our A flutes are pretty much the staple for most flute players. Go ahead, Mac. And even for someone with small hands like his, you can still reach all of the fingerings and everything with ease. And of course, the A flute is popular not only because of its size, but also because so much music in the world is played either in the key of A minor or D minor, which that will play most of the notes of both of those scales, as well as the C major scale, which is a piano is in the key of C, so you have the C major scale you can play on an A minor flute. And this is a G flute. Our G flute is the middle of all of our flutes. It's a good mid-range musical instrument. There were some Native American flutes discovered that were close to this range originally, but it is one of the lowest keys that you'll find original Native American flutes, once again predating Columbus, in. And the G flute is also a very popular flute among flute players of both the 1970s, 1980s, and even the 90s. It also plays really well with guitars because, of course, it's in the key of G, and a few other instruments that like to play G a lot, G minor. So that's a good flute for that. And then the next one, lower than the G, is our F sharp. Once again, one of my favorites to play because the F sharp is what a lot of funk music is played in, a lot of country western music is played in that, and a lot of, believe it or not, disco music is played in that too, which funk and country western and blues all turn into disco eventually. So go ahead and give us a sound on that one. For a number of reasons, I recommend the F sharp as being a good mid-low tone flute for beginners, simply because the holes are close enough together that most everyone can play them with ease. And of course, once again, I like a lot of the music that's played in the key of F sharp. It is also not a flute that requires a great deal of wind to play. As you can hear, Makani plays it with ease. And then we go into our lower tone flutes. This is a key of E flute, which has a little bit larger holes and a little bit spaced apart, more fingerings. Let's see if you can play that one, Makani. No problem. Just sometimes remembering where those fingers are when you're not used to playing a new flute. But the key of E is a great sounding instrument, and of course one that we get a lot of requests for. The E flutes are a good low tone flute in my opinion for anyone. We do also have our D flute. The D flute, most of you will recognize, is the one that is in the backing of a lot of our videos. And the D flute, once again, is very close to the key of A. It is a fifth with the A, so they play a lot of the same notes, except this is the lower version, of course, and being that it's in the key of D, there is a lot of music, especially old hymns that are in the key of D. There's a lot of even modern music I find myself playing on a flute that is in the key of D. And once again, for someone with small hands, let's see how you favor on that one. Perfect. So once again, not really a difficult to play, but maybe something just to remember where those fingerings are. Might take a little practice for anyone. This flute here is the second lowest tone flute we currently offer on our website. In the past we've offered some lower than those, but now we have a low C. I don't have one in front of you because I'm not going to put them through it. A low C flute is a really low tone flute, and it sounds great. Once again, delves quite a ways outside of the original Native American flute keys, but it is a good low tone flute. And for someone who has medium-sized hands like myself, you know, a C flute is pretty easy to play. On all of our flutes, when over time we have gotten these fingering patterns perfected, I've always considered the possibility that someone with medium or small hands would be playing them. And since these are made for me, which once again I have medium-sized hands, they are very convenient, very comfortable for me to play. And of course, for Makani, I think you feel like you did pretty good, huh? Mm-hmm. Okay. They're really a lot of fun for anyone. So personally, it's choice. You can decide if you want a higher tone, medium tone, or a lower tone flute, whether it be for yourself if you have small hands or for a child. They're all very convenient. And Mac, I really appreciate your help today. Thank you so much. Look forward to making some more videos in the very near future, and I'm sure that you guys have found some use in this one. If you have any other questions or need anything else about a flute, a lot of you have inspired the videos that we make today by asking us these questions. Feel free to shoot us a message on our website, bluebearflutes.com. You can find our email address, actually a contact form there, which will lead to our email address. You can call our 800 number and get the email directly off of that, or you can just fill out the contact form is probably the best way. And of course, you can contact us on our Facebook page. Leaving us a comment here on YouTube is fantastic. We love it. We appreciate it. We try to keep up with them as best as we can, and certainly we do answer a lot of questions that way. So once again, Charlie Mato-Toyela and Makani signing out for Blue Bear Flutes and bluebearflutes.com. We'll see you again very soon.